in Southeast Asia, a large crowd of students will be gathering for a weekend to discuss the future of freedom and liberty in Southeast Asia. Yeah, every single one of you is a part of history. Don't forget about that. Every single one of you. So let's start here. Our movement starts here in Southeast Asia, right here, right now, for a peaceful, prosperous, and freer Southeast Asia. Thank you.
So the approach that we have, cooperating with the governments have worked, but at the same time, I think we need to do a lot of convincing, and we need to show them that we know what we're talking about, and we know our industry enough so that any regulations that come should be efficient, sensible, and enforceable.
And then you have three economies that are higher middle income. They're not rich yet, but poverty has been almost abolished, absolute poverty. And you have a bigger middle class. And that's China, the elephant in the room, plus Malaysia and Thailand.
So Friedrich Hayek is also an instrumentalist in the sense that he discusses a rule of law, and this rule of law needs to exist in order to create economic freedom. So it's similar to Max Weber. But what is the difference between Max Weber and Friedrich Hayek? The difference is that Max Weber discusses a basic criteria of rule of law, the minimum standards of rule of law, what should exist in rule of law, whereas Friedrich Hayek can go beyond that, go further.
Her name is Ibu Saini. She is a home food seller in Banten. Her staff was taken away by the police officer because her shop was open in the middle of fasting time in Ramadan. So I think this is a very evil thing. What made it more evil is that the police officer or the local government using name of religion and toleration. So intolerance. Although there was a region regulation, and we know that the regulation was not socialized or published very well, so they was still wrong. Why? Because the main task of the state or the country is to protect people's property, not taking it away from them. The essential task of the state is to protect people's property, not to steal it. Thank you very much.
All of this is required, and I would like to point you to a German school of liberalism, which is called ordoliberalism. You need flexible prices, you need a stable monetary policy, open markets, freedom to contract, all of these things matter, and even the regulating principles on the outer side, antitrust policy, provision of public goods, all of this. There is a lot that goes into this, and I'm showing you this only because now I'm smoothly sliding into advertisement. For the Center for Indonesian Policy Studies, because what we are trying to do in our center is we're trying to create that nurturing ground in Indonesia. We're trying to influence public policies that allow entrepreneurs to grow. And I am not talking only about people who want to create an app. I'm talking about rice farmers, I'm talking about fishermen, I'm talking about trash pickers, I'm talking about every entrepreneur. So that's what we're trying to do, because we believe this is the only way to allow Indonesia to be free and prosperous. Thank you so much.
So I think that's one way to look at it. Modernization is not the same as Westernization. You can be modern and be Asian, African, Eurasian, etc. And those are two concepts that I think need to be understood as distinct. Modernity shows up in one country in one way, another country in another way, when they have the freedom to adapt themselves. So I do not think economic freedom or rising incomes is a threat to culture. It actually makes it richer and deeper and stronger. And with that, speaking of richer, deeper, and stronger, I think it's time for you.
If you have monopoly power, and we have the government to basically as the ultimate monopolist, and if he or the government puts something for auction, and then people just spend money, at the end they will spend more money instead of building something, but they will spend more money to pay the government to get what they want. even though actually it is a net loss. Imagine that, net loss of 10 million. It goes to the government, I don't know for what, but it goes. This is what we call usually the Manchurian auction. It's a really bad auction, but that happened. Do you think how much money is spent for lobbying, political spending, and things like that? That's what actually happened.
This Bitcoin, and it's a public ledger, encrypted over the internet, and no one can tamper all the system. It's been proven. You can send money and receive money within all over the world within 20 minutes. Compare this to the system of banking sector, so it will take you about days for sending and receiving money. This technology, the core of this technology is what's called blockchain, and this blockchain will become fundamental for the next generation of financial services.
I am attending the conference, and I am collecting the ideas, the experiences, the knowledge of the word liberty and what liberty might come together as the going forward of the ASEAN community and the ASEAN society.
It's actually really great. The purpose of me going into this beautiful conference here is to actually try to get an idea of how to organize one in the Philippines. I'm trying to grow SFL Philippines right now. We're trying to get a lot of members. So listening to talks from Aji, from Dr. Tom Farmer, from Rainer, and from all these other wonderful people have actually given me lots of good ideas and a whole new perspective of how I could actually start the movement. I was in Washington, D.C. last month for Cato Institute's Cato University. They gave me a lot of good ideas. I met a lot of good people from SFL Brazil, from SFL Poland, I think. So getting a Southeast Asian perspective on SFL was actually a really big help with how we, the Philippine delegation that I managed to set up using through the funds of Atlas Network, I'd like to thank them for that.
So this conference is actually good for us, the young people, to strip our individuality and to strip our liberty. Good luck SFL for the next conference.
We're planning for this conference for past 3 months, and finally the conference is done. The most memorable part for me on this conference is Tom Palmer's speech on is liberty an Asian value or not. I personally didn't knew that libertarianism was an Asian value. Had some prospects from Asia as well, as it's a human value. So us being a human, so it's not good enough to segregate libertarianism as Asian value or Christian value. It's a human value, and us coming from Asia should also incorporate it because it's very noble, it's very dynamic, and it tells people about their individual rights. It does not dictate anybody on their philosophy or what they believe in, but it in fact accept the ideas of other people as well.
I'm currently the project officer of the first ever Southeast Asian Student Political Conference 2016. It's a two-day event held for students from all over Southeast Asia, and we just finished the event right now. And so far, it worked really well. It all went smoothly, and everyone had fun, had great connections. They gained so much knowledge and so much new perspective. And my opinion on this, it's great, and I hope this will become an annual event to hopefully can gather more and more participants than we can ever do.
What do you think about the future of the Indonesian libertarian movement?
I think it's very, very strong, and there are a number of reasons for this. First, I'm just so impressed by the quality of the people I've met, by the depth of their knowledge, their open minds, their willingness to discuss and think about difficult questions. So that was very impressive to me. And the numbers of people here is also impressive. And then finally, you know, Indonesia is a wonderful, complex nation with so many different strains. It's like a multicolored fabric that makes up Indonesia. And it means that at the core of the existence of the nation is a willingness to live together with each other, which means a commitment to libertarian values, toleration and living together. Now, we all know that there are forces in every country, Indonesia is no exception, who want to suppress one group by another, to use violence against others. But I think that the nature of Indonesian civil society is strong enough that it provides an exceptionally firm foundation for libertarian values. So I'm very optimistic about the future of liberty in Indonesia. It won't be easy. There are people who are promoting other agendas or subordinating others to them. We know that. But that's true in every country in the world. No country is unique in this regard. And the history of Indonesia, even from before its independence, was one of very strong civil society organization. And this makes me optimistic about the future. There's a kind of natural fertile ground for libertarian ideas in Indonesia.
What do you think about the Indonesian performance after the so-called commodity burst? What do you think about the Indonesian economic performance in general?
Well, Indonesia is still growing at a much higher rate than developed countries, but growth rates have clearly come down because commodity prices have come down severely, and China is also slowing down. And that, of course, means that the good times that were here, when Indonesia had growth rates of 6% plus, have gone. Now, that's good, I think, in one important respect, because it means the end of lazy growth. Lazy growth means, of course, that governments have no incentives to reform, they continue to repress markets, and they impose new restrictions. For example, restrictions on exporting certain natural resources, more protectionism against foreign investments, and so on. And the kind of growth that Indonesia had in the past, very much based on commodity exports, is also the sort of growth that doesn't actually percolate and spread its benefits among the vast majority of the population. So what Indonesia needs, and hopefully these lower growth rates and lower commodity prices will provide a more powerful incentive, is more market reforms that remove restrictions, not just in the resource sector, but also for agriculture and manufacturing and services. And the result, if that happens, will be more broad-based, sustainable growth that will benefit a much bigger number of Indonesians, and of course, particularly Indonesians in the countryside who are poor, who are less educated, less skilled, so that they have better employment possibility and better chances in life.
Bagaimana kesan Anda tentang konferensi ini? Secara umum kesan saya adalah ini langkah awal yang bagus, awal yang baik, karena penekanan saya masa depan itu akan punya perubahan yang jauh lebih cepat daripada yang ada pernah terjadi masa lalu. Akan banyak sekali teknologi-teknologi baru yang bisa memberikan penghargaan lebih besar kepada individual. Akan banyak terobosan-terobosan baru dalam bidang entrepreneur, karena tema utama juga saat ini adalah entrepreneur. Bagaimana orang akan membuka bisnis, akan ada banyak hal yang baru. Dan memang ini adalah konsekuensi dari dunia yang semakin terbuka dan dunia yang semakin kompetitif. Tentu di sisi lain juga akan ada pihak-pihak yang terusik lah istilahnya, yang namanya periuk nasinya tiba-tiba terganggu gitu. Tetapi kembali lagi, karena prinsip dasar dari kebebasan itu adalah pelayanan kepada sesama, penghormatan dan pelayanan bersama. Maka ini sesuatu yang menjadi sangat fundamental bagi bisnis, bagi entrepreneurship. Siapapun yang bisa memberikan lebih dengan harga paling ekonomis, dengan pelayanan terbaik, maka memang pantas untuk memperoleh lebih banyak daripada yang tidak, kan? Nah, jadi kalau kita melihat seperti sekarang ini, di mana dunia makin terbuka, batas antar negara semakin samar, maka pergerakan ide, pergerakan modal, pergerakan produk dan lain-lainnya akan lebih semakin berkembang. Dan di sini yang menjadi penting bagi saya pada acara seperti ini adalah ini dimulai dari orang muda. Nah, orang muda yang memang punya masa depan yang lebih panjang dan tentu harus bersiap karena tadi yang nanti akan menjadi ukuran adalah bagaimana kita sebagai orang muda bisa menyesuaikan diri dengan perubahan.